personnel may keep their hats on and render a salute.
Hi, everyone, and a pleasant good afternoon to you wherever you may be. I am Tony Labette, and we are right back here at Dave Regan Stadium this afternoon here in Fort Scott, Kansas, as the Fort Scott Tigers get ready to face the Labette County Grizzlies in an SEK League matchup. These two teams met back on Friday, and Fort Scott got the victory 10-3 over Labette County. Fort Scott comes in at 15-3 overall, 7-0, and leaders in the SEK League standings. Labette County comes in at 3-9, 2-4 in the league standings. So Fort Scott trying to control their own destiny when it comes to a league championship. They're also sitting at fourth right now in the 4A East Regional standings, and that means if they can hold that position or even improve on it, they would host a regional when that time comes here at the end of May. So looking forward to the remainder of the season here for the Tigers, and really excited for the guys in red and white as we get going, keep going here on the season. Your starting lineups today. First for the visiting Labette County Grizzlies, Keegan Bates leads things off at shortstop. Camden Good hits second and plays center. The pitcher today is Caden Blackledge. He bats third, and the cleanup spot is Cooper Leonard. He's in left field today. Hitting fifth is Colton Gehring. He is at first base for the Grizzlies today. The catcher, Caden Nash, is batting sixth. Hitting seventh is Mason Morris. He's at third base. Brian Davis is the designated hitter, batting eighth. Keegan Nash is the second baseman, batting ninth, and they will have a flex player in right field, and that is Audric Driscoll. And so he will be the flex player today for Labette County. The Tigers still use a flex player as well. We'll get to that in just a second. Dub Chipman leads things off once again. He's at first base. Hitting second is Brody Gomez. He's in left field today for the Tigers. Lennox Van is batting third, playing short. Hitting in the cleanup spot is Chaden Clayton, again back at third base. The designated hitter today is Nathan Mintz for the Tigers. He bats fifth. Hitting sixth is Colton Rogers. He's behind the plate. Right fielder Caden Cannon hits seventh. Hitting eighth is Brady Messer. He'll be on the mound. And then Ty Marbury will be hitting ninth and playing in center field, as Cannon Brown is playing the flex position. So he's not in the lineup today, but he is at second base for the Tigers. First pitch is swung on and hit towards the left side. Nice pick there by Chaden across the diamond and in time for out number one.
Batting second, the center fielder number 3, Camden Good.
So one pitch, one out for the Tigers here in the top of the first. And now Camden Good will hit for Labette County. He takes the first pitch strike, and now a foul ball, so nothing into the count quickly on Camden Good. Again, the Tigers defeated Labette County 10-3 back on Friday in the first matchup of this series, so to speak. And this one's grounded foul, so good will stay alive. The SEK League has, for the most part, gone away from doubleheaders. There's a swing and a miss. And strikeout number 1 of the game, out number 2 of the inning.
Wait, how did Fort Scott have 2?
So now Caden Blackledge bats. First pitch here is hit left side. The wind kind of playing havoc with that one. We'll blow it back into play and taken by Lennox Van on a pop-up. So that's out number 3 and a quick 1-2-3 top of the first here.
Wait, you're doing it, but why doesn't
as the Fort Scott Tigers get through the top of the first inning. We'll head to the bottom of the first in just a few moments. It is Labette County 0 and Fort Scott coming up. This is Tiger Baseball on Duck Bay TV. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. So as we head to the bottom of the first, it'll be Dub Chipman followed by Brody Gomez and Lennox Van to lead things off for the Tigers. The Grizzlies in the outfield, left to right. Cooper Leonard is in left field. Camden Good is in center. Audric Driscoll is in right. Colton Gehrig is at first base. Keegan Nash is at second. Keegan Bates is at short. Jackson Morris is at third. Caden Nash, a southpaw behind the plate. You don't see that very often. And then Caden Blackledge on the mound for the Grizzlies here. And the first pitch is low, ball 1. 1-0 pitch on the way. That one just off the inside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. And now the 2-0 pitch a little bit low, so maybe seeing that, wondering, you know, I've never seen a left-handed catcher before. That one catches the strike zone, and you may not. That is a rare thing in baseball, especially this level and higher. You will sometimes more often see it at the Little League level or something like that, but a lot of coaches want their best athletes. As this one's fouled off and out of the reach of the Grizzlies down the right field line. But you typically want your best athletes in the middle of the diamond. So catcher, pitcher, shortstop, second base sometimes, and center field. Those are kind of the best athlete spots. So if you've got a really good athlete who just happens to be left-handed, there's a good chance he might catch for you. Here's another foul ball by Dub. That looked like it caught him in the shin. Hopefully he's all right. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On the Tigers' leadoff man. Tigers, of course, in their home whites with the red pinstripes. The Grizzlies the red tops and white pants today. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball, and tough luck there for Brody, or for Dub. He sees the first Tiger out. Now Brody Gomez bats. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. And that one is in there for a strike as well. And the cap of Caden Blackledge went flying after he delivered that pitch. You'll see that with the wind as strong as it is today out of the south, so it's blowing across towards left field. Nice line drive by Gomez, but an even nicer play by Keegan Bates at short. And some more tough luck there for the Tigers. As that's out number 2. This one's grounded right back up the middle by Lennox and into center field for a base hit. And now Chaden Clayton steps in. First pitch to Chaden. Just off, or did catch the outside corner. So 0-1. 2 outs, runner on first. And you never know when Lennox might go, and he's going here, but the ball's fouled off at the plate. So 0-2 now the count. The Tigers had a good night in Altamont last Friday night. As I mentioned, they won 10-3 over Labette County. But that was overshadowed a little bit by the softball team, who just absolutely torched the Lady Grizzlies in their doubleheader on Friday night. That pitch is low to Clayton. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. That's swung through and missed. And that will end the top of the first inning. Tigers get a hit, but leave a runner on first. We'll go to the second. Still scoreless. Tigers and Labette County. Back in a moment. This is Tiger Baseball on Duckbait TV.
Ready to turn your nails into a work of art? Hi, I'm Delana Beatty, nail tech and artist. I specialize in custom nail art as unique as you are. From vibrant designs to delicate details, I will do my best to bring your vision to life and make sure every set of nails tells your personal story. Get the perfect combination of style, quality, and fun with Nails by Delin at Spoiled Brat Salon in Fort Scott, Kansas.
So after a 6-pitch first inning for Brady Messer, he'll go back out there and face the middle of the order for Labette County. Cooper Leonard, followed by Colton Gehring and Caden Nash. First pitch is off the outside corner, ball 1. Mentioned that the Lady Tigers just mashed Labette County on Friday night in a doubleheader. This one's mashed towards left field. Going back, and Brody Gomez had to jump to get to it, made the catch, and that's the win today that we're going to see probably play a role in this game at some point. As Colton Gehring steps in. But we mentioned the wind is really strong out of the south right now. First pitch to Gehring in there for a strike. And so it is blowing straight out to left field here at the ballpark today. And you get a ball up in that jet stream, puts a little bit of oomph behind it. It might clear the trees out there in left field. It is a deep yard here at Dave Regan Stadium. But that wind will help you get it out to left field today if you can get it up in that jet stream a bit. Here's a foul ball down the right field line, and that may have been wind aided as well. Dub went chasing after it. Caden Cannon as well from right field, and Dub kind of overran it a little bit, and I think he probably ran to where he thought it was going to be, turned around and realized the wind had blown it back a few feet to his left, and he couldn't get to it. So tough luck there. It's 1-2 the count. And high breaking ball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We have certainly seen some windy days here in southeast Kansas this spring. Wind and, well, I'll just say the R word. We don't want to entice that to come this way here this afternoon. There's a swing and a miss. And another strikeout. Now 2 outs with the bases empty for Caden Nash, the left-handed catcher. At least catching today to start. I'm sure he plays several other positions for Labette County. First pitch is in there for a strike in this at-bat. Now the 0-1 is a little bit low. But back to the Lady Tigers. They outscored Labette County 21-1 in the first game in 4 innings on Friday night, and then beat Labette County 19-2 in game 2 in 4 innings. I think as a team they hit 7 or 8 home runs as that ball's hit into right field for a base hit.
Third baseman number 20, Mason Morris.
So a single for Nash. Gives Labette County their first base runner of the afternoon. And now Mason Morris steps in. High leg kick from Messer, and delivers a pitch that's fouled off, 0-1. So the Lady Tigers are doing pretty well. And right now our plan is to be at Fisher Park on Friday for their doubleheader with Coffeyville. That pitch is in there for, actually misses the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kicks and delivers. That one just off the inside corner. 2-1 now. But once again, the Fort Scott Tigers and Lady Tigers on the baseball and softball diamonds are having a good year. You've said that a lot lately. It's a great thing to see. There's a swing and a miss. And now time is called. Brady went ahead and he was just about to deliver that pitch anyway, so instead of stopping, went ahead and threw that pitch to the plate. You start to get into injury territory when you have to stop real quick all of a sudden like that. So a lot of times they'll encourage pitchers, even though time's called, to go ahead and continue with the pitch if you've already started your motion. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the delivery, And another foul ball. And now a full count to the batter, Morris. Payoff pitch on the way is a little bit high. And so the walk puts runners on first and second now with 2 outs. And now Brian Davis, the DH, will hit. Again, both teams using a flex player today. We have not seen that very often this year with the Tigers. First pitch, this one's popped up. Will it stay in play? Everybody's looking up. Chaden will get there to it and make the play for out number 3. So a couple of base runners for Labette County. They get a hit as well, but they strand 2, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless, Fort Scott and Labette County here at Regan Stadium.
Ready to turn your...
Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need auto, home, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700. So as we head to the bottom of the second, Nathan Mintz will lead things off for the Tigers. First pitch to him here is grounded left side, but fair. Morris gets to it, but then throws it away up the right field line. And now Mintz kind of tripped coming around the bag at first. He had to change his course quickly. He was trying to beat the play out to first base, then realized it was an overthrow, so then tried to change his course quickly to get to second, and he kind of tripped over his feet there. So he gets back to first base, so he's there safely. So runner on first base now for Colton Rogers. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch, that swung through and missed. Now the 0-2 delivery. Off the end of the bat, foul. And will it get out of play? It'll get out of reach enough. It did hit the screen there, but first baseman Gehring ran out of room, or ran out of time to get to it anyway. So The count remains 0-2 on Colton Rogers, the backstop today for the Tigers. Blackledge readies, delivers. This one's hit into center field. It will be caught by the shortstop. They'll throw it back to first, and it is not in time. Great job by Mintz. He got nearly all the way to second base as thinking that ball might fall in and had to retreat after the ball was caught by Bates, the shortstop. And now the Labette County head coach is going to come out and talk to the field umpire. Make sure he saw the right thing. He's in a tough position because he was behind the play at first base. He was already running towards the bag at second. And the coach might be asking, hey, did the home plate umpire have a better view of it? And the two umpires are going to get together and talk about it now. It was a close play at first, but I don't know that he was out. And they will say he's safe after conferring. So now one out and a runner on first for the Tigers here in the bottom of the second inning. Caden Cannon steps in, his first time today. Here's the pitch. That one's a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. One-0 pitch on the way. That one does catch the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Coach Messer with the signs down at third. And now the 1-1 pitch. Off the fists towards second. That's going to be caught for an out.
Batting eighth, the pitcher, number 19, Brady Messer.
And now Brady Messer steps in with 2 outs. See if he can help himself here. First pitch to him, runner goes. The catch is, or the ball is in there for a strike, I believe. And now the ball gets away as the throw down to second. Gets away. Now we'll see. Was it? Yeah, okay, they called it a ball at the plate. So a stolen base for Mintz. He held it second as that ball got away. It was a high fastball, it looked like, kind of at the top of the strike zone. And Caden Nash, that's a perfect pitch to throw on if you're a catcher. And so he made a nice throw down, but it was not caught cleanly by the middle infielder there. And stolen base, now a grounder towards second. Nice pick by Nash. He'll throw it to first, and that'll retire the Tigers here in the bottom of the second inning. Fort Scott gets a base runner. They get him to second base, but can't move him any further. We'll head to the third when you come back. This is Fort Scott Tiger Baseball here on Duckbait TV. If you need residential interior or exterior painting done or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura at Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. So ahead of the third inning, it'll be Keegan Nash to lead things off for Labette County. Then back to the top of the order with Keegan Bates and Camden Good. Still scoreless here as we begin the top of the third inning. Here's the pitch. First pitch grounder to Clayton at third. He's got it. Throw across the diamond is low but in time. And that's out number one.
The shortstop, number 4, Kenyon Bates.
So now Bates will bat with one out. And he's swinging on the first pitch to the right side and just out of the reach of Dub Chipman for a foul ball. So 0-1. Bates grounded out his first time. So he's 0 for 1 at the plate. And now the 0-1 delivery is in there for a strike. Fort Scott's next game will be on Thursday as they will host Coffeyville. And a called third strike. What a pitch by Brady Messer.
Center fielder, number 3, Camden Good.
I'll let him win.
And that's out number 2. Now Camden Good up there. Here's the pitch. A little bit low, 1-0. Good struck out his first time. One of the 3 strikeouts so far for Brady Messer in this contest. Now the 2-0 delivery. That one just a little bit high and outside as well, so 3-0 now. The count on the 2-hole hitter, Camden Good. That one's in there for a strike. Now the wind and the 3-1. High ball 4.
The pitcher, number 2, Caden Blackledge.
So now it'll be Caden Blackledge with 2 outs and a runner on first. First pitch to him. This one is hit foul, and that will get out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Now the 0-1. The runner goes from first. The pitch was a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base for Good. Now the 0-2 delivery. Just off the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch off the outside corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Grizzlies, I mentioned, they are 3-9. They started the year 2-2. They had a lot losses, back-to-back losses to open the season to Girard and Coffeyville, but then had wins, back-to-back wins over Baxter Springs. This ball's hit out towards left field, left center, going, and making the catch is Ty Marbury. He had to go to pretty much straightaway left center field. He and Brody were on the chase for it, but Ty gets there, and that is out number 3. So that'll retire the Grizzlies here in the third. We're still scoreless. We'll go to the bottom of the third when you come back. This is Tiger Baseball on Duckbait TV. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Mark, Dave, Jolene, Manda, and Tyler are ready to greet you with a smile and help with whatever you may need. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. So as we head to the bottom of the third, the Tigers will send Ty Marbury up there, followed by Dub and then Brody as they go to the back of the top of the order. And how often do you see it? A player either makes a great play or a not so great play in the field, and they come up to bat in the bottom of that inning, in the next half inning. And that's what we're looking at right here. What a great play to end the top of the third in the outfield by Ty Marbury. And now he gets to lead off the bottom of the third at the plate. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. That one misses, so that'll even the count. But I mentioned the Grizzlies started the year 2-2. They lost their first 2 games against Girard and Coffeyville, but then came back with back-to-back wins against Baxter Springs and Coffeyville. But then since then, they've lost 7 of 8. Their only win in that time was against Chanute a couple of weeks ago. That pitch is off the inside corner, 2-1. Now 3-1. They also played in the Mickey Mantle Classic back a couple of weekends ago. Same weekend as the LaRoche tournament here at Fort Scott. Here's the pitch. That one's outside. 4-4.
The first baseman, number 7, Dub Chipman.
Not sure exactly where the Mickey Mantle Classic was held, but they played Miami, Oklahoma, Clever, Missouri, and Veneta, Oklahoma in that tournament. And lost all 3 games and have been on a skid ever since. First pitch to Dub is hit out towards left center field. This one's got some distance on it. Going back, and making the play is Camden Good. He was playing deep, so he just kind of had to run to his right as far as he could get and make the play a little bit less difficult for him, as he was playing a lot deeper than Ty Marbury was last half inning. And Ty, because he thought that might fall in, did not tag, so he has to retreat to first. Now Brody steps in. He's 0 for 1 today so far with a fly out. First pitch, Ty is going. Pitch is hit and hammered towards right field. That's going to get down and against the wall. Marbury rounds second, heads for third. He will stop there. Brody doesn't see it, and so Brody is going to head to the bag at third. And who's going to be out now? Who has the bag, the lead runner or the trail runner? So it'll go as a double for Brody and then tagged out. And nobody's covering home! Here comes Ty Marbury, and they will get back in play quickly enough to make the tag and get out. So tough luck there for the Tigers, as we're still scoreless That is the third out, so we'll head to the fourth. When you come back, this is Tiger Baseball on Duckbait TV. If you're interested in helping us out at Duckbait Media, bringing more Tiger and Greyhound athletic events, become a sponsor today. Contact us at tonyabeatty@gmail.com, duckbaitmedia@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/duckbaitmedia. We're here to bring you the best of the Tigers and Hounds on youtube.com/duckbaittv. So Cooper Leonard will lead off the inning for the Grizzlies here. First pitch to Leonard in there for a strike. Second pitch is a little bit low. Ball one. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Cooper Leonard, who flew out his first time. There's a swing and a foul tip. 0-2. Still scoreless as we play in the top of the 4th inning here. Ground ball to third, and that's going to get through for a base hit.
The first baseman, number 12, Colton Gary.
Colton Gehring stands in now with nobody out, runner on first. Gehring 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He'll shorten the bunt here and pulls the bat back and takes a strike. So the Tigers, the way that last half inning ended, there was 1 out, and Marbury was on first. He had to hold up. Didn't look like he got a good read off the bat maybe as the runner's trying to go for second. Oh, ball bounced. Oh, they get him out. So caught stealing here. And that's out number 1. And it empties the bases. Grounder to short. Lennox has it over to first, and that's out number 2.
The catcher, number 9, Caden Nash.
So the ball was hit to right field there for Brody Gomez in the last half inning, and it looked like it was going to be a good hit there, but obviously the outfielder for Labette was playing deep. So the rule there is, as a base runner, you go halfway and you hold. And that's what Ty did. In fact, he went probably 2/3 of the way to second base and held, made sure that ball got in. It did. And so he got around to third base. He was held at third. Brody just didn't notice that he stopped at third, and so he went, and normally that would be a triple for Brody. So now 3-0 on the batter, Caden Nash. And so he went to third. And then Got a little bit too far to stop and try to get back to second. Strike one on the batter, 3-1 the count. And now ball 4. So he gets to third. I believe the rule, if there's two on the same base at the same time, the base goes to the lead runner. So then Brody's out. But then Labette didn't call time and didn't cover home plate. And Ty noticed that. So he took off towards the plate. Unluckily for the Tigers, the catcher, Caden Nash, was able to get back and cover home plate in time. And they get the tag out at home. And that retires the Tigers in the bottom of the third. Now we play in the top of the fourth with 2 outs and 1 on. And now a 2-1 count on Mason Morris, who walked his first time. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back to the screen. And now time is called. Grounder, slow grounded is short. Lennox going to have to hurry, but does, and a great fastball over to first base, and that will end the inning here in the top of the fourth. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Still scoreless, Fort Scott and Labette County. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com.
Tigers, the shortstop, number 6, Lennox Van.
So Lennox Van will lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth for the Tigers. Lennox had a single his first time back in the first inning. So he's 1 for 1. And looks to add to that here in this at-bat. Caden Blackledge has pitched well on the mound thus far for the Grizzlies. See if Fort Scott can dent that scoreboard here in the inning. Here's the first pitch, and that's off the outside corner. Ball 1. This one's fouled at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. We hope to have a busy week for you this week on Duckbait TV. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's hit out towards right center field with a fall. It will. So a 2 for 2 days so far for Lennox Van.
The third baseman, number 3, Jaden Clayton.
And now Jaden Clayton back up there. He struck out swinging his first time. But we're here today. We're planning on if the weather holds out, and that's could be an issue at times most of the week. So we hope that's things work out. Here's a ball lined into left field, going back on it and making the play is Cooper Leonard, and he was set up super deep in left field, but it worked out for him. Played the wind right, and tough luck there for Clayton and the Tigers. Lennox holds at first, so 1 out. And now Nathan Min steps in, who's reached down an error his first time. Here's the first pitch to him. Nope, they're going to check on first. The runner at first, and Lennox is back safely. So we're here today. We're planning on being at Fort Scott JUCO baseball on Wednesday, and then also planning to be at Fort Scott Greyhound softball on Thursday. Those are both doubleheaders, as the pitch was inside, and Lennox steals second base on the play. That's one of those got to be tough for a left-handed catcher with a right-handed batter there. So the batter on the throw side for the catcher. Here's a ball grounded towards the pitcher. Lennox will get to third as everybody was collapsing on the ground ball. Mintz is thrown out at first, so now 2 outs, but a runner on third for the Tigers. First pitch. That one catches the inside corner to Colton Rogers, who's 0 for 1 today so far. Now the 0-1 pitch. That one is a little bit low. So again, here today, high school baseball. Junior college baseball on Wednesday. Junior college softball on Thursday. And high school softball for their doubleheader with Coffeyville on Friday. Hopefully that all works out. Ball gets away from the catcher, and that will score Lennox from third on the wild pitch. So the Tigers have the lead. One to nothing. That's in their first strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 outs. And now the base is empty after the run scores there. Another foul ball. And that'll get out of play right side. Two on the way. Grounded past the pitcher. Shortstop comes in. He'll make the play. Throws low, and it gets away from the first baseman. So Rogers is on first.
The right fielder, number 16, Caden Cannon.
And now a courtesy runner for Colton at first. And I believe that was Dexter Williams who's in there now. So now Caden Cannon bats with a runner on first and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Runner goes, pitches inside, throw down to second is not in time, and a stolen base for Williams. One 1-0 pitch on the way. Grounder towards the hole. It's short. Nice stop by Bates. Throw across the diamond is high. Gets away. The Tigers are going to get another run here. Williams will score. And it's now 2-0.
The pitcher, number 19, Brady Messer.
First pitch is fouled off here by Brady Messer. He grounded out his first time as well. Now high. Count goes to 1-1. This one's popped up. Right side, going back on it is the second baseman, and I believe he did make the catch. So tough luck there for Messer.
Pitch counts after 4 innings. Brady Messer 55, Caden Blackledge 49.
So after 4, it's 2-0 Tigers. We'll head to the 5th. When you come back, this is Tiger Baseball on Duck Bay TV.
Ready to turn your nails into a work of art? Hi, I'm Delana Beatty, nail tech and artist. I specialize in custom nail art as unique as you are. From vibrant designs to delicate details, I will do my best to bring your vision to life and make sure every set of nails tells your personal story. Get the perfect combination of style, quality, and fun with Nails by Delin at Spoiled Brat Salon in Fort Scott, Kansas.
So Brian Davis leads things off in the 5th here for the Grizzlies. First pitch to him in this at bat is low and inside. He flew out, or popped out, in foul territory to Chaden at third, his first time up. One-0 pitch, that's swung through and missed. One ball and one strike now. 1-1 is a little bit low that time from Brady. It has been a fairly well-pitched game, but there have been some defensive issues on the part of the Grizzlies thus far. There's a grounder to third. Nice play by Chaden to get the out.
The second baseman, number 1, Keegan Nash.
And the Tigers have taken advantage of that. One ball and one strike on Nash, who grounded out his first time. That pitch catches the outside corner. Nice breaking ball there from Brady. 1-2 the count. Tigers scored 2 runs in that bottom of the 4th inning, but 1 was unearned. Now 2-2 the count. Here is the 2-2 pitch from the southpaw Messer, and it's high and outside. Full count to the number 9 batter in the Labette County order. Here it is, the payoff pitch. Swung through and missed. Nice pitch from Brady to come back and get him out there.
The shortstop, number 4, Kegan Bates.
And now Kegan Bates back up there for the 3rd time today. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. That one's hit into left field, but right at Brody Gomez, and that is out number 3.
Baseball fans, at the middle of the 5th inning, in time for the Tigers.
So 1, 2, 3, top of the 5th. We'll head to the bottom half when you come back. This is Tiger Baseball on Duckbait TV. Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need auto, home, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700. So as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be Ty Marbury leading things off. He walked his first time. He'll be followed by Dub and then Brody Gomez. And that was the 3rd inning that ended kind of awkwardly for the Tigers, but we'll see how things go here in the 5th. This one's hit out towards right field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Keegan Nash, it looked like he stumbled maybe. I don't know that he could have gotten there anyway, though. It was a nice little hit there for Ty Marbury. And now it is Dub Chipman's turn once again. First pitch to Dub is a little, it's in there. Umpire a little bit deliberate with those strike calls, but this means I need to be a little bit more patient. Here's the look at first in the 0-1 pitch. This one's hit up foul and out of play. So 0-2 the count on Chipman, who's had a tough day at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Flew out to deep left field, and his last time at Cooper Leonard, the left fielder, is almost on the warning track. He is so deep in left field, and that, I'm sure, is partly to do with the Tiger hitters. His Ty is off from first. That ball's into right center field. Is it going to get down? It's going to get down. Here comes Ty. They'll send him around third. Dub will stop at second. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off. And Ty Marbury scores on the RBI double from Dub Chipman. 3-0 Tigers.
The left fielder, number 4, Brody Gomez.
So now Brody Gomez up there for Fort Scott. He doubled his last time. Looking for some more of that magic here. Dub takes off for third, now stops, and will head back. Pitch was in there for a strike. One pitch on the way, and that one's hit into center field. Going back now is good. He'll make the catch. And Dub will retreat to second base.
The shortstop, number 6, Lennox Van.
That one off the bat looked like it, or at least to Camden, good. Sounded like it would be short. He came in a couple of steps, but then realized it was going to be a little deeper than that. Did go back and make the catch. I'm sure in part because of that restart in center field by Good. Dub was trying to get halfway in case that ball fell in. He would score easily from second instead of tagging and trying to get to third. First pitch to Lennox in this at bat, who's is high, 1-0. Lennox 2 for 2. Now Dub goes. This one's fouled back to the screen. Lennox a couple of singles here. Dub trying to help him out. Now a couple of things to factor in here if you want to think about these things. You've got a left-handed batter at the plate. So there's an unimpeded throw to third, and you've got a left-handed catcher who it would be a little bit easier for him to pop up and throw that to third. So see what Fort Scott wants to do here now that it's 2-1. Kick and the delivery, and this one's hammered to right field. Back to the track, to the wall. It is gone. Ring the bell for Lennox Van. Another dinger for the Tigers. And it is now 5-0 Fort Scott. First pitch to Clayton is a little bit low. They check with the base umpire to see if he swung. He did not. 1-0 the count on Chaden, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout so far in this game. That one's fouled off at the plate, and it looked like it hit Chaden. Not quite sure exactly where, but the umpire's going to check on him, make sure he's okay. That is the second homer that we've seen from Lennox this season. Now, I know he's got more than that on the year, but both of the home runs we've seen here at Regan Stadium in the limited coverage that we've had have been absolute shots to right field. That pitch is in there for a strike. And even more so today, I don't remember where the wind was the first time. I think it was one of the rare non-windy days actually here at the ballpark. So grounded at third, throw to first is not in time. Chaden beats out the throw from Mason Morris for the infield single. Well, and today the wind was not helping that. The wind is blowing straight out to left field. That ball went to the right field. And this is one of the deeper parks, maybe the deepest high school field in at least the area, if not the entire state. If you want to think about distances and you're not familiar, This ballpark, it says, 330 down the left field line, 325 down the right field line, 390 to center field. Kauffman Stadium, where the Royals play, has the second most square footage in the outfield of any ballpark in Major League Baseball. So it is the second largest park in Major League Baseball. It is also 330 down the left field line, it's 330 down the right field line, and it's 410 to center field. So this ballpark, not quite as big, but it is nearly as big as the place the Royals play, and it's one of the biggest places in Major League Baseball. So this is a huge yard here in Fort Scott, and Lennox has made it look like a Little League field a couple of times this year. So that tells you the strength and the power and the bat quickness that Lennox Van has. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Nathan Minson. That's fouled back to the screen. I'm sure the folks at Kansas City, Kansas Community College are really happy that they were able to sign Lennox Van earlier this week, or last week, I guess. It was his signing day, and he will be a KCK Blue Devil. Shaden out at second. I'm not sure if he's officially signed or not, but I think at least committed to the Greyhounds here in Fort Scott. So another win for Coach John Hill and the Greyhounds. They have really done well recruiting Fort Scott. Here's the pitch. That one's swung through and missed for a strikeout, and that's out number 2. Throw back to second, behind Clayton at the bag there, but he gets back safely. Colton Rogers 0 for 2 so far today. He has reached on an error. Also had a pop out to the shortstop in shallow left field. Pitch is outside, 1-0. One-0 pitch. That one catches the strike zone. If you want perspective on some yards, watch the Royals this week if you have the opportunity. They're playing in Tampa this week against the Rays. I can't remember if that's this week or the weekend, but the Rays, with their stadium situation that is not available, they are playing at the spring training home of the Yankees, and the dimensions at that field are the same or very close to the same as Yankee Stadium. This ball is hit into center field, and that's going to get, oh my gosh, he caught it. What a play by Camden Good to come in and make the catch. And that's out number 3. Tough luck for Colton Rogers. But the Tigers do plate 3 in the inning, 2 on a 2-run homer to right field by Lennox Van. And Tigers now lead it 5-0. We'll head to the 6th when you come back. This is Tiger Baseball on Duckbait TV. If you need residential interior or exterior painting done or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. So as we head to the 6th inning, the Tigers now lead it 5-0. It'll be Camden Good, Caden Blackledge, and Cooper Leonard leading things off for the Grizzlies here in the inning. And this game that was scoreless for 3, Fort Scott scored 2 in the 4th. One of those runs was unearned on some unfortunate defense for Labette County. That pitch is outside. So 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Good. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and walk so far today. But the Tigers were able to get 2 runs. They took advantage of the errors, by the way. I mean, that's one thing to force the other team into some errors, but you got to take advantage of them as well. And the Tigers were able to do that there in the 4th, and in the 5th, 3 more runs, 2 on that bomb to right field by Lennox Fan. And it's just incredible to watch a high school kid hit a ball that far in this ballpark. As I was mentioning, the Royals are going to play the Tampa Bay Rays this week at the Yankees spring training home, which that's a discussion for another day, but the dimensions at George Steinbrenner Field are very similar, if not exactly the same as Yankee Stadium. So if you didn't catch a game at Yankee Stadium, here's a ground ball to third. That's a throw across the diamond. Nice play by Jaden Clayton. My goodness, he's got a strong arm on him as well. Going to his right, away from the bag, having to stop, make the throw across the diamond. I mean, just incredible defense the Tigers have shown here, especially on the left side of the infield. Not just with Clayton, but also with Lennox there at short. A couple of pretty good plays from him earlier in the day so far. So his team is just incredible. Pitch is in there for a strike on Caden Blackledge. Now 1-1. Blackledge, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. This one's popped up foul and looks like it will get out of play. Looked like it might have landed in the Tiger dugout down the third base line. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one just off the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Often tell people when they ask, this job is fun no matter what. I mean, the team could be 0 and all the Tiger teams could be 0 for whatever. And it'd still be fun to come out here and broadcast these games, be able to make these available for you, the fans watching. But it is a lot of fun when the teams are very talented and you see that talent, whether they win or lose, you see that talent, and it's just incredible to watch these kids play. So 2 outs now. And now a 2-0 count on Cooper Leonard. We talked about Coach John Hill, and we're hopefully the weather holds out. We'll be able to get the Greyhounds baseball doubleheader on Wednesday at Lions Field. Swing and a miss there. Always love when the opportunity arises to be able to bring Greyhound baseball and softball as well. But he, just like Caney Lane Bryant, the softball coach over at the junior college, have done a really nice job recruiting Fort Scott. That is not something every college does, is recruit their hometown very well. And the Greyhounds have done a very good job of that, especially on the baseball and softball field here of late. 2-out walk there to Leonard, so he's on first now for Colton Gehring. And I mentioned that with Jaden Clayton. He's committed to go to the Greyhounds already over there are the Cousins brothers. Dryden is pitching for Coach Hill right now. Cal is redshirting. This one's fouled back against the screen. We also have Eli Kellogg on the roster there for the Greyhounds. He's a Fort Scott kid. Cedric Martin, a Fort Scott kid. Spencer Goldston is over there as well. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's low. For the Greyhounds softball team, of course, you've got Jesse Comstock, who is one of the starting catchers for the Greyhounds. 3-1 now the count on the batter, Gehring. We've also got Jaden Lorcher, who the last doubleheader we went out to, she was the flex player, but played in center field for the Greyhounds. You've got Kirsten Buck, who's a Nevada native, not too far from here. Here's the ball that's flat out towards right center field. Caden Cannon will come over and make the play, and that'll be out number 3. But just a great job by the Greyhounds to recruit these Fort Scott kids, keep them here in town, and it's a lot of fun to see them play at the next level. And looking forward to seeing Chaden play over there as well in the future, and maybe get up to Kansas City and see Lennox as well. That'll be fun too. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. This is Fort Scott Fort Scott Tiger baseball as they lead Labette County 5-0. We'll come back with the 6th at the bottom of the 6th in just a few moments. This is Tiger baseball. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Mark, Dave, Jolene, Manda, and Tyler are ready to greet you with a smile and help with whatever you may need. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. Some defensive changes for the Grizzlies. We'll get to those in just a few moments here as the Tigers start the bottom of the inning with Caden Cannon. So Camden Good has moved into pitch. Line drive to shortstop, and that's out number 1.
The pitcher, number 19.
Blackledge, who was the pitcher, has moved to second base. Cooper Leonard so Camden Good is the pitcher. Cooper Leonard has moved to center field.
The center fielder, number 9.
And another ground out there. So Camden Good has moved to the mound from center field. Replacing him in center field is Cooper Leonard. He was in left field. Replacing him in left field is Keegan Nash. He was at second base. And going to second base is the former pitcher, Caden Blackledge. I think that's the changes here. And now a 2-2 count on Ty Marbury with 2 outs and the bases empty. So again, the Tigers leading this one 5-0. Trying to close out this game, add a little bit of insurance here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch is high and outside. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Marbury, who has walked and singled already in this game and scored a run for the Tigers. Here's the 3-2. This one's hammered through the hole in left side of the infield for a base hit.
The first baseman, number 7, Dub Shipman.
And now Dub will bat. Dub 1 for 3 so far. He struck out, flown out, and an RBI double his last time. This ball is popped up. Will it stay in play? It will. And is caught by Caden Nash, the catcher, and that'll retire the Tigers here in the inning. So tough luck. Bottom of the 6th there for Fort Scott, but they still lead at 5-0. We'll go to the 7th. See if the Tigers can close this shutout out. This is Tiger Baseball on Duckbait TV. If you're interested in helping us out at Duckbait Media, bringing more Tiger and Greyhound athletic events, become a sponsor today. Contact us at tonyabady@gmail.com, duckbaitmedia@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/duckbaitmedia. We're here to bring you the best of the Tigers and Hounds on youtube.com/duckbaittv.
Hitting off for the Grizzlies, the catcher, number 9, Caden Nash.
So Caden Nash will lead things off. Brady Messer is still out there for the Tigers. He's thrown 6 shutout innings thus far and has only allowed 2 hits. To the Grizzlies batters thus far. So we'll see if he can close out the win here. Fort Scott leading 5-0. First pitch is in there for misses the strike zone, 1-0. Now the wind. And the 1-0 pitch catches the inside corner. That inside corner has been pretty favorable to both sides today. Or that corner on the left-handed batter's box. Grounder to second. Brown has it over to first, and that's out number 1.
The third baseman, number 20, Mason Morris.
And now it's Mason Morris batting. This one's hit towards right field, and that's going to be out number 1.
Now batting number 8, Bradley Black.
Excuse me, on number 2. And now Bradley Black, pinch hitter, will bat next with 2 outs. And the first pitch misses. 0-1. Now 1-1. The wind of the 1-1 pitch from Messer. Nice breaking ball, but a little bit too far outside. Two one on the way. That one's in there for strike 2. Grizzlies down to their final strike. Two on the. Ooh, that got him on the hip, it looked like. A 2-out base runner. Now for the Grizzlies. And it'll be Keegan Nash. To bat. Nash 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout thus far. First pitch is inside. This one's fouled off right side. One ball and one strike. The Tigers' next game will be on Thursday here at the ballpark against Coffeyville. This one grounded foul past third. The count remains 0-2. Then they will host Nevada. That'll be next week. I believe on Monday, and then they travel to Coffeyville. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the Tigers have shut out the Labette County Grizzlies today. Well, the Grizzlies get a base runner, but can't get anything more than that. And the Tigers finish off the 5-0 shutout. We'll take our final break, come back, and wrap things up. This is Tiger Baseball on Duckbait TV. Patty West and Crystal Cowan are a mother-daughter duo selling personal and commercial insurance. If you need auto, home, boat, motorcycle, ATV, business, or commercial insurance, they've got you covered. Visit them at 3 East Wall Street in downtown Fort Scott or call 620-223-0700.
Ready to turn your nails into a work of art? Hi, I'm Delana Beatty, nail tech and artist. I specialize in custom nail art as unique as you are. From vibrant designs to delicate details, I will do my best to bring your vision to life and make sure every set of nails tells your personal story. Get the perfect combination of style, quality, and fun with Nails by Delin at Spoiled Brat Salon in Fort Scott, Kansas.
Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Mark, Dave, Jolene, Manda, and Tyler are ready to greet you with a smile and help with whatever you may need. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact her by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. If you need residential interior or exterior painting done or your cabinets refinished, contact the folks at Aura et Labora Painting Company, LLC. Fort Scott native Josh Regan is ready to help with your project, so give them a call at 620-288-6617. If you're interested in helping us out at Duckbait Media, bringing more Tiger and Greyhound athletic events, become a sponsor today. Contact us at tonyabady@gmail.com, duckbaitmedia@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/duckbaitmedia. We're here to bring you the best of the Tigers and Hounds on youtube.com/duckbaittv. Welcome back as we finish things up here today as the Fort Scott Tiger JV is looking to get on the field here in just a little bit against Labette County. But the varsity took care of business here today as they get the win 5-0. Brady Messer, a 7-inning shutout for him on the mound. He, let's see, obviously no runs. Gave up 2 hits, walked 4, struck out 6. And all in all, had a really good game for the Tigers on the hill. Fort Scott took them a little while to get going offensively, but they did get 2 runs in the 4th, 3 more in the 5th. And let's take a look at that batting here as Lennox Van, the big game offensively, 3 for 3, a couple of singles, and, oh yeah, another bomb to right field that cleared the trees here at Dave Regan Stadium, or at least appeared to from our vantage point. So 3 for 3 day for Lennox. Also, Ty Marbury had a 2 for 2 day, walked as well. So out of 3 plate appearances, he was on base all 3 times. A couple of singles for him. Chaden was 1 for 3. Brody 1 for 3. Dub 1 for 4. Middle of the order struggled a little bit there offensively, but Fort Scott with some great timely hitting, and took care of some mistakes in the 4th inning for Labette County. Had a couple of errors in that 4th inning. Fort Scott was able to take advantage and get a couple of runs, but then their offensive prowess took control there in the 5th. 2-run homer for Lennox. It was another RBI hit as well in that inning for the Tigers, but they get the win today, 5-0, and get the victory. So your totals, you see them there on your screen. 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 5 runners left on base for the Tigers. For Labette County, no runs on 2 hits, 3 errors, and 6 runners left on base. Brady Messer, the complete game shutout victory on the mound. Camden Good takes the loss for Labette County. Fort Scott improves to 16-3 overall, 8-0 in SCK League play. Labette County falls to 3-10 overall, 2-5 in the SCK League. And Fort Scott keeps pace with the top 4 in the 4A East Regional standings. And again, top 4 will host the 4 regionals, just like in basketball. So Fort Scott wants to be in the top 4 once again. They've been that way for the last 2 or 3 years. Last year, unfortunately, ran into Bishop Miege here at the regional, but a couple years ago won that regional, went on to state in Salina, looking to do that again this year. Top 16 out of 20 make it. So just to keep an eye on that, Labette County came into today sitting in the 18th spot, so they've got to get some wins to get back into that top 16. But Fort Scott looking pretty good at the moment, hoping to keep pace and stay in that top 4. They're currently 4th, but again, keep on winning, they'll move up the ranks a little bit. Hayden is 12-0 at number 1. Paola 16-1 so far this year. They're number 2. Atchison is number 3 on percentage points. Again, not everybody's played the same number of games at this point with rainouts and makeups and things like that still to play. But Atchison 11-2, and then Fort Scott at 15-3, now 16-3 exiting today. So looking forward to that. Again, the Tigers' next game will be on Thursday here at Dave Regan Stadium as they will host Coffeyville. Our next Tiger broadcast for the baseball team, I believe, will be I think next Monday is the 1st. Let me make sure of that, but or next Monday is the 5th, rather. And that's the case. They will be hosting Nevada on Monday, so we'll get that game for you, provided the weather holds out and everything continues to be on pace for that. Anyway, we'll have that for you on Monday. Again, hopefully it's a busy week for us here at Duck Bake TV. We're planning on doing JUCO baseball doubleheader on Wednesday, JUCO softball doubleheader on Thursday, and then back to Fisher Park on Friday as the Lady Tigers softball team will be hosting Coffeyville in a doubleheader. So we'll plan on having that one for you as well. So those are our next 3 broadcasts, at least right now, scheduled here on Duck Bait TV. So thanks again for joining us here today. Again, the Tigers get the varsity victory 5-0 over Fort Scott. Great offense, great pitching, and Fort Scott getting another victory here today as they improve to 16-3 overall. For my dad on the camera today, thanks to him for being with us. And again, thanks to all of our viewers and sponsors for joining us here today, as it's a real pleasure to be able to come out here and bring you these games on Duck Bait TV. Again, thanks for joining us. Again, the final score, 5-0, Fort Scott with the win over Labette County. Again, for my dad, Willie, I'm Tony. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Until next time, good night, Kansas.